I welcome everyone into this wonderful interaction section. Please, if you are joining us, share, give this video like this program is very, very important. The like will help to notify others so that they will come and join us. This is an interaction section where we'll give people opportunity to speak their mind in what is happening in Biafran land and about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if you are joining us, please share this program, like it. After this introduction, I'm going to open up line and bring in our moderator. But before we continue, I like us to always listen to the prayer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Good evening and good night to some of you. And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye nyefe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọ bụla ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebere ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe enye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ikere nọ n'ọgbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi okwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na ihe ikwuru anyị nkwa na omekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbụ bụ ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe na Chineke nna ihe na-egwu nke ndị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi.
Ise. My great people of Biafra, please, I want to beg you for this now because there is not something that is going on in social media now. They are trying everything they can to suppress the struggle of Biafra. So the help and the work of you that is watching me is to share this program, give it a like, and also always come to this platform to check when I upload video because I noticed recently the Fulanis, they are doing something. Those people, they are very, very wise. They are doing something. They are doing everything, suppressing. If you go to my platform and many agitators platform, they have been suppressing the views. Yesterday, I need to speak with YouTube, but they didn't give me any concrete evidence. So, anywhere go, they can do what they want. So, the way you can help is to share this video. Share this video. If you cannot sit down like this and broadcast, when you get this video, share it, let other people see it. Our destiny is in our hands. It's left for us. You sharing it, you are not doing me a favor. I don't know, some people think when they share it, Linda will be a billionaire. When they like the video, I will have millions. No, I am doing this thing from my heart. I am not doing it for any financial purposes because I am a Biafra woman and I wish to go to Biafra land. There are many things that I wish to eat now, but I can't eat them because I am in a foreign land. If you don't want to go to Biafra, me, I am ready. So whatever you see me doing here, I am not doing, nobody is paying me. Even here, there is super chat. A lot of you watch, no support, nothing, but I'm not bothered. All I'm asking you is to help to promote this so that the world will see and know what Biafrans are passing through. So yesterday, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court on the 28th of this month, was that day was actually my birthday, and I was praying seriously to God. I was believing, although I know that they will not release him because they have not accomplished the purpose of them kidnapping them. Whether you believe it, if you are believing that Martin Nnamdi Kanu will come out this year, I can tell you that you are lying, because they have a target. The reason why they kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because, one, Anambra election, they have succeeded in that one. The second one is this presidential election. Until they accomplish that, then they will know, they will decide what they want to do with him. Except if God, in his infinite mercy, can do something miraculous to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I prayed to God, I said, God, please, if this can be the birthday gift you give to me, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would be free. But the will of God was done. They did what they did. Immediately the Chief Justice resigned. I know that there is a problem, that they are going to, the reason why he resigned, some people think that he didn't resign on his own. They forced him to resign so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case now will start afresh. And exactly what happened. And a lot of controversies going on. Well, I don't know what is really actually happening in this struggle. Some people are here to distract. Some people are here to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name to make money. Some people are here working seriously to bring Biafra struggle down. If not, today, I want today to be an interaction section. I want everybody to call. Don't sit there and watch me or watch the speakers that I will be bringing in. I want you to call. Do you believe that the person that we saw in court, the person who addressed that Biafra land should be in peace, is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I cannot answer that question. Many questions to answer today, right? Do you believe that the person that spoke to us, that I heard his thunderous voice, who said that there must be peace in Biafra land, that we are fighting to protect our people, not to kill them? Do you believe that that man there is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Oh God, that is, I don't know how they clarify. Well, this is what we are going to be discussing today. So the second one we are going to be talking about is this thing that I mentioned now. The first one is the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case. Do you see any observation? The second one is the attack by some people saying that that wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The trending thing now is the killing invasion of Biafra land. You know, I don't know what is happening to our people. I don't know why our people is so how will I put it? Our people, let's, if I use this word stupid, will it be a harsh word? Our people are so selfish. You know, when something is happening to other people, they don't care. But when it gets to them, I think what happens to Ike Kweremadu, now I'm not mocking him and I'm not praying for him, but what happens to him should teach others lesson. Okay, let's assume now that in Nigeria, at least we have a very good medical system where somebody can become sick, you go there and treat yourself. He wouldn't have involved himself in this situation now. Now they are teaching them a lesson because you have money. That is why when we are talking about Biafra, they don't care because they think they have money. When they become sick, they can easily travel abroad. But what about the poorest people in Nigeria, poorest people in Biafra land? If they become sick, would they have money to travel to UK for kidney transplant? Assume it was in Nigeria and we have a good medical system, that his daughter is suffering from this. You know, a lot of people are out there that will be willingly to donate for him. But because of selfishness, they have to travel abroad because they think they have money. But now the Western world is teaching them a very big lesson. So the next thing we are going to be talking is what is happening in Biafra land. The Nigerian military, they have invaded Biafra land. If you don't know it now. They have, even yesterday in Obohoro, they shot a lot of youths. Maybe because, national national televisions, national media, they don't show those things. It's people like us. And if you put it here now, these people that owns here now, they will remove it. So, because they have given them something. So, another one is about election in Biafra land. Do you support election in Biafra land? Do you want us to remain in perpetual slavery? I don't know what I don't really know what they promise Peter Obi, that he have to come out now. During a governorship election in Anambra State, they used Soludo. Now it's Peter Obi. I don't know what they promised him. Even the fact that he knows that it will be, but it will be impossible for him to win except God's intervention. So, my dear great people of Biafra, I've opened up the line. If you have anything that you want to contribute, my brother, the Maxwell, if you are there, you are welcome. Chuk Survivor, you are welcome. Mr. Eremos, you are welcome. There is one other pastor from Edo, Pastor Boheme or something like that. If you are there, please join us. You are welcome. So, my brother Chuk Survivor, I welcome you to this program. You will take over from here. How are you doing? How is your side?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for picking up yourself to come again against all the inconveniences. You spend your time to take the risk of coming out. I appreciate you so much, and I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to strengthen you. It's not been easy. I welcome every Biafran that is watching this very video, any place you are watching from. If you are watching us from Biafra land, I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. If you are watching from Europe, you're watching from any part of Africa, you're watching from Asia, you're watching from America, you're watching from Canada, from New Zealand, from Australia, I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. You are all welcome. Not only Biafrans, we welcome even our Oduduwa brothers that are watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. The Middle Beltans, all the people that are watching that are genuinely seeking for their freedom, I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect everyone that is watching, including our enemies. As they are watching, they will learn a lot of lessons. Let them continue to watch. And I wish they can come on also and bring their own arguments. Remember, we always say that whenever we come here to broadcast, we don't come here to preach hate speech. We don't come here to demonize people. We don't come here to attack any individual or person. We don't come here to peddle lies or blackmail people. But we come here to set the record straight. We come here to defend what we believe in, which is Biafra and nothing else. We are not preaching anything apart from preaching Biafra. And we are standing on the foundation of Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB. He remains the leader and will always be. As long as you are following Nnamdi Kanu steps, we are going to follow you. Remember, when I talk about Nnamdi Kanu steps, many people will misinterpret it on their own way. We know what Nnamdi Kanu stands for. Truthfulness and consistency. If you are truthful and you are consistent, we are with you. If you are not truthful and you are not consistent, you will not be comfortable here. I bet you won't be comfortable. But I urge you to be bold enough to come out and make your contribution. We must not agree on everything. We must not agree. We can argue, we can disagree, but have a genuine argument. And while you're making your argument, don't insult anybody. You can say anything you want to say. You can put on your argument there without insulting anybody. Just feel free. Give us a superior argument. You never can tell. You can win a soul. But if you don't have a superior argument, we win you over. And maybe you repent. May Chukwu Okike give us the grace to continue to fight this battle until the end. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. We will continue to fight until the last man standing. That is the assignment. And we'll continue to hold it. So as my sister have read out all the points and things we are going to discuss, the first one I saw there was the one she was talking about the court case of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, his appearance on the court. And from every indication, I always say that anytime you see Nnamdi Kanu appear before us and we see him, there is always a lesson to learn. There is always a lesson to learn. It's so sad that some people are not paying attention. Some people are just busy looking for a blackmail, They are busy looking for a way to demonize the struggle, busy looking for something else, instead of them looking for something that's going to benefit them to make us actualize Biafra. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, anytime he appears in the court, even if he doesn't speak, watch him and look at his face. You are going to get a message. You are going to get a message. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not just another leader. He is also the spiritual leader of the Biafra struggle. You can take it, you can leave it, you can challenge it. That is up to you. But that is what it is. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra is a household name. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. It's a household name. It is not like a trending issue. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra is not a trending matter. If it is a trending thing, something that is trending, look at everything that have trended in Nigeria. It would trend for 6 months and you don't hear it about it again. At most, after 6 months, you will not hear it again. Look at some people that are trended. There's one guy that used to do spell. They call him Mr. Spell. Mr. Spell was spelling wrongly, and they used him to make money. He was trending everywhere. After all that trending, he didn't even use up to 6 months. Mr. Spell go back to his dustbin. Went back to the dustbin. There are so many other people again that are trended. After some few time, you see them back to the dustbin. That is what is going to happen to the people that you see today. They are using a trending name. They're using P2B as their trending issue. They're using PVC and election. Before 6 months or in the 6 months time, you will see it will be a forgotten issue. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra can never ever move out from the picture. It will always be a household name. It doesn't matter how you try to do it. It doesn't matter how you try to pretend. It doesn't matter what you do. Like him, hate him, he will continue to be a household name until Biafra comes. And even after Biafra has come, in the next generation, even when we are all gone, our children will continue to celebrate Biafra, continue to celebrate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for what he has done. And as I told you, whenever we see him in court, there is always a lesson to learn. And in this very one that he appeared in court, his appearance in court, we learned a great lesson. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have inspired so many of us who are genuinely following him. He has inspired us. He has given us a new charge. He has reminded us of our responsibility, the fight to restore Biafra. The fight to restore Biafra. And when he was speaking, in the speech he made that is less than 1 second, less than 1 minute speech that he made, that less than 1 minute speech has a package, a full loaded message, coupled in less than 1 minute. A full loaded message. In that message, let me tell you, in that message, there are so many things. It depends on what you want to see. It depends on what you want to hear. But I knew, after that message was released, I knew that some people, even the politicians, they found a succor on that very message. Our enemies find a point in that message. Those who are fighting against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu found something in it. Those who are fighting against the genuine agitators, they use it to blackmail us. And what do you expect? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu word at every given time is an episode. Whenever he releases a word, that word is so powerful that it can change things. His picture alone, for you to raise up his picture, it is another thing altogether. Mention his name, your life will never remain the same. That is the standard that Chukwu Okaro have built with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and he was working towards it. He has placed himself on a level that you can't bring him down. It doesn't matter what you do. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, on that appearance, has made a great impact in the life of the genuine Biafrans. He set the record straight. Those of you who are asking questions, is Simon Ekpa pushing us to go and fight? Is he telling us to continue or not? Should we sit at home or should we not sit at home? All those questions were answered on that very few minutes. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will forget any other person, he will never forget Simon Ekpa. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wanted to talk to Simon Ekpa and tell Simon Ekpa, stop doing what you're doing, in that few seconds, the name of Simon Ekpa would have gone into that very place. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu knows that there is a seat at home. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not tell us to stop sit at home. In that message, the full package, he said, we are fighting. We are fighting to restore Biafra and not to keep Biafra. He is not the only one fighting. He said, where I am now, I am here because of you, and I'm fighting for you. And you have to be fighting for others. You don't have to keep people. He reminded us that the fight continue, the struggle continue. If you are sitting at home, sit at home more. If you are praying, pray more. Anything you are doing to restore Biafra, continue to do it. He is playing his own role there. in the DSS. He's doing it. He's praying for you. When he was outside, he was praying 7 good times every day. And now that he's in captivity, he's praying more than 7 times every day. Take it or leave it. Continue to peddle your lies. Continue to look for blackmail. But the people that Nnamdi Kanu send the message to, we all got the message. And remember, before he started saying what he was saying, he said, I am not disappointed. In that language, I am not disappointed. He was not only talking about the case of that day. He was not only talking about that case of the court. He is not disappointed in the new Biafrans. He is not disappointed on somebody like Mazi Tamonepa. He is not disappointed on you and I that is following this program and doing the legitimate thing we are supposed to do. He is not disappointed in every one of us that is fighting for Biafra and holding our people, making sure our people don't die. He is not disappointed in you if you are fighting to protect Biafra land, not to kill us. He's not disappointed in you. But those of you who are wearing the body of IPOB, who are using the flag of Biafra to go and kill people, those of you who are forming death squad to take the life of Biafra, the Fulani Caliphate that are pushing their military to Biafra land, Nnamdi Kanu has given the warning. He needs peace in Biafra land. There should be peace in Biafra land. Everyone that is taking the life of Biafra, enough is enough. Nnamdi Kanu gave that warning. He wants peace. And even while he was with us, he has been saying it. Remember the time when the Curtis were killing people in Anambra State. When Curtis were taking over Anambra State, Nnamdi Kanu came and he said he wants peace in Biafra land. When he said he wants peace, he didn't mean we should stop agitation. He didn't mean we should stop agitation. He didn't mean we should stop sit at home. He didn't mean we should stop our civil disobedience. We have to continue doing what we're doing. But for those who want to sell the struggle and begin to demonize people, they have to retrace from their step. It's the direct message. But you see many people interpreting it on their own way. Just like you see a piece of the Bible. You see Bible was written for good intent. Every single word in the Bible, it was written for correction, for education, for equipment, and to do every good things. But you see people who call themselves GOs and pastors. They will pick that same portion that was meant for good intent. They will use it to demonize people. They use it to enslave people. They use it to kill people. That is what some people are doing with the message of Nnamdi Kanu. The politicians are using it to blackmail you and I.
My brother, let's welcome our brother. Let's welcome him.
I saw my brother. I've seen my brother Maxwell, but I was trying to land before.
I was waiting for you to land, and I was waiting for you to land, and I discovered that your ship is still going far. So I said, let's welcome him before you continue. Welcome, my brother. How are you?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Sister Linda. Good afternoon to Brother Chooks. Good afternoon to all my brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, wherever they are. I salute you, all of you. This is Maxwell, your brother Wanunu from Ghana.
You're welcome, from Ghana. You are welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
My brother, choose. You can ride on. I just wanted
to
welcome you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So as I was saying, in that very appearance of Nnamdi Kanu in the court, it was a full package, and every single one of us have learned a great lesson. For those who are peddling lies, I don't want to mention their name. Neither will I want to talk about them, because talking about them is promoting them and promoting their evil agenda. I am much more concerned about my fellow Biafrans, who the message we are sent to. We have to take the message. We have to continue doing what we are doing to make sure that we move forward. For those who are peddling lies, don't look at their lies. Don't look at their lies. There is another one I would like to address, but before I go into that very one, the issue of those ones who are talking rubbish, before I will talk about that one, let us first of all dialogue on the one we're talking about. Let me allow my brother Maxwell to go into the appearance of Nnamdi Kanu in court, his last court attendance. What did you see? What was your observations?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was glad. My heart was gladdened that I was able to see the sum of Biafra. God has given the grace to lead Biafrans all over the world in that kind of mood. You know, there was a time when I discussed with you people here. I said a proverb that that God that gave Nnamdi Kanu that yam in that thick forest will also provide for him a stick-like spade that he will use to dig that yam out, prepare
Exactly.
it for his people to eat. You see, yes, on the 28th, I was so glad to see him and the way he came out. In fact, when I look at the background, there were people that were talking to him, asking him whether to restrain himself in things he's going to do. He said, no, there's no problem about that. Let me go on with what I want to do.
That's right.
Good. In everything, there must be a Satan that is trying by all means. Satan never sleeps, so they sleep. He is always there trying to find one thing or the other that he's going to use to accuse his people. And that is exactly what happened. But you see, like I always say, judging from my own background as a former military man, for anyone to call for armed insurrection against that demonic government in Nigeria is suicidal. They will finish us. Unless God himself uses his angels to come and cover all of us, they will use the opportunity to finish that unfinished project that they did not have the time. God did not allow them to do during the Nigerian Civil War. If they had known, they could have done away with us long time ago. But the grace of God kept us waxing, and we are still here today. Lives has been lost. We cannot. I am not a proponent of armed insurrection because we Biafrans don't have monopoly. They control everything. They control everything. They give you what they want you to take. And if they arrest you, they will deal with you. That is why they are battling ESN today. That is why they are battling ESN. The only thing Nnamdi Kanu is a man ordained by God. Like I always say here, I do not know which other way I'm going to say it so that our people will understand. He started, I told you that there are two ways to win a war. One is information. Get hold of information. Glory be to God that we have all these social media, Instagram, Twitter, where information can be passed. And people, responsible people will receive those information and, begin to implement. How did I get to know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Ghana? It's on social media. It was on social media. And when I listen to him, if I corroborate it with what is happening, what I have seen there before, I say this man must have been sent by God to do what he is doing. You see? And as long as he is doing it, I said again that if we are going to go on armed insurrection, it's going to be suicidal. That's number one. Number two, food is another tactics they use in war. It's one of the war strategies. We cannot fight these people. We cannot fight them. But the dissemination of information, passing information to every nooks and cranny of the world, that was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is using to hold these people on the ground. Today they are shaking with all their armories to Kanos, 105 artillery guns, whatever. They are panicking. When you listen to them, when they address the word, they are panicking. In fact, I had a report. I don't know whether it's coming from the man, the hyper. How did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to go? the hyper mask man. He said they should stop. They should stop, agitators that are, spreading falsehood that wants to disintegrate Nigeria from Europe. Who are they talking to? They have no control over the social media. If the social media is controlled by Nigeria, they could have shut it down for us. Yes, but they cannot. Yes, they cannot. So these things are above their reach, so they cannot do it.
Sorry, but they are doing it gradually. They are suppressing it gradually. They are suppressing the views. They are doing it gradually.
Sister Linda, I will assure you today, no matter how you hide a smoke, it must find an escape, route.
Yes, you are right.
If you like a cover smoke, put it down there As long as it saturates inside that small space, there must be a small space where that smoke will be coming out, and people will see, yes, there is fire in there. So there is nothing they can do. They will not. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there, and most of his people, his boys, his followers, and maybe me, I am not equal to his follower, I'm just an admirer. And I'm doing my own part, at least to make sure within my own space that I invite people and allow people to come and see, reasons why they should believe in his preaching. He said, like I always said on the 28th, he said that he is there fighting for the lives of Biafrans. I said it here before that I am not a proponent of any kind of killing. If our people are responsible, nobody should ask them to go and do what they're supposed to do for their own safety. Nobody will ask you. Our people will always look like, some of them will always be, behave like the what do they call it? The tete of a female cow. If you don't hit it, it will not. There will be no dairy milk coming out of it. Must people fight you? Must people coerce you to do it? Must people coerce you to do it? Why can't you just sacrifice that one day? I've been saying this, singing it here. This man, will you want people to come and begin to tell you what to do? No, we don't do that. We must not do that. And those people that are going out there, killing our own people, if I will have my way and I get them, I won't give you where you will survive. I was trained to, remove, just annihilate the person. Because the people that you are killing are also suffering. And you are now compounding their issues, making children that they have orphans, making their wives widows, making their husbands widowers, and so on and so on, creating economic hardship on top of what the zoo has done to you. Are we senseless? Why can't we reason? Why can't our people reason? Others are doing their normal politics. We are being killed. I heard a news the other time from some news from Anambra. Is it where they kill almost 15? I do not know how true. I don't know, because I continue to ask people.
It's true. It's true.
It's going on in Obaru.
It's true.
Obaru, yes. Obaru.
But you never see any Nigerian media carrying it. They will never carry it.
Yes, because they want to control that, the passing of information within that zone. That is what they are doing. And our political elites that have been elected to protect their people are not even helping matters. I said it before that IPOB, wherever we are, anywhere, we are orphans, and we must play it coolly.
Mr. Maxwell, before you continue, let me say this. Have you not seen the reason why, what is the name of this pastor? When he said that Igbos doesn't like themselves, how can you come out in a national television like this, calling the names of your brother, people who you're supposed to protect, people who are protecting you people, calling their names, exposing them so that they will go and be killed. And when somebody come and tell you that you hate yourself, you'll be saying the person is stupid. Have you not seen what that man meant?
Yes, Cynthia Linda, you are very right. As I always say the adage, the proverb here as well. Gị na nwanne gị na-achụ mmụọ n'abalị pụta n'iro n'ezi n'ihe na-akọ ya na ọ na-eshi mmụọ mmụọ. Is that how we do things? We will not stop. You see, we cannot be discouraged by all this stupidity and foolishness from the people that are coming. We know them, and we know who are paying them and what they are doing, who they are satisfying. They are satisfying an objective and a criminal demonic agenda of a particular, group of people in that space. So it is not a new thing to me. They are in those days there were the people like Azekas. In those days there were people like the late Azikiwe. Even today we still have such people. In Lagos you have one today that will tell you that if not for Lagos and what who did in Lagos, that he will be chasing lizards in Aba. as if the people that are in Aba are chasing lizards.
Money, money,
You
money,
see
money,
how elderly, you
money,
see
money,
how
money,
elderly,
money, money. Ego ga-egbusi ha. All
you
of
see,
them, they will die because of money. Anybody who is killing, taking the life of innocent people because of money, iriche ego ahụ, ọ ya agbagide gị afọ ntị nwụọ, ọ ya
he
agbagide gị afọ
say, he
killing innocent
say,
people because of money, because of selfishness. Everybody wants to belong. Everybody wants to be on top. You are killing your people because of money, material things, money that can be stolen tomorrow. What about your future that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is suffering from? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is there suffering, trying to make a life better. He is the only man that came to Europe and see a better life. He said, oh, what of it? My people benefit from this. If my people live like this, it wouldn't be a crime. All the politicians, all the governors, they travel abroad. They see how well organized these people are. Instead of them to bring the development here, anytime you see a white man in Africa, they are coming there for it's either to come and learn and go back to their country to develop it, or Hana be zuori habia zuno and the British Hana be banandi buy anyone will carry it and go and give people that have. Is it a bad thing if we have a good fertility, a good healthcare system? Is it a bad thing if there is a good road? Is it a bad thing when you make life easy for everybody, the poorest? These the people that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. Everything now, what is happening now shows me that, in fact, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that man is a very strong man. He has been working with devils in human incarnate. His goodness surpasses all of them. Now he is out. Everybody has seen that he is the only one that is fighting. I watched a video. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I listened to one of his old broadcasts. So somebody was attacking him. Why is it that anytime you say there is no election, before you know it, you will come and cancel it? It is now that I understood what is happening. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have always stood on his ground, but because he is working with chameleons, these people will go out, collect everything collectible. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is just one person. They will come there and force him, try to convince him. In order to satisfy them, he will call off the election. This is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been passing through. He is the only man standing for Biafra.
They have been blackmailing him.
All these they are nothing. They are selfish human beings, honestly speaking.
yes.
Welcome, my brother. March 28 was my birthday. Because okay, na bateba. Ị ga-akwụ fine. It means broadcast 2 days. Ị ga-akwụ iwu $20. Nye m birthday gift. You are welcome.
Bam, and then happy birthday to you. Okay.
Adị m anụ ka ahụ. Ihe nchọrọ enwe one man onye isi bai. Ị na-ekwu ihe ị na-ekwu ọsị gị ihe a chọrọ ịnụ n'ite ya okukoro m. Adị m anụ dị oyibo nke na-asị dị bụ oyibo.
Yes, my sister, you are right. We are very, 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 very correct. You are very, very correct. Biafrans all over the world. Before we discuss that one personally, don't worry. Biafrans all over the world. I want to thank you, brother Chooks. God bless you, bro Maxwell. God bless you.
You're welcome. Okay, my brother.
My sister Linda. Fire on. God, the Spirit of God and the Spirit of Biafra has already possessed you. He has know where you are going. So it's better you tell your husband very soon. That will be a complete possession. Yes, first of all, I have to start by thanking Brother Chooks, what you just said about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's appearance in court. That appearance and that 20 second clip had a lot of message. In fact, since then the discussion is even thicker than any the what they call it, the most paged book on earth.
Exactly.
One word only. You know, there is something. It was you know, when we get information like this, sometimes I told you, because of what we do and where I am, sometimes I'm not privileged to stay long in a program, and so sometimes anyone that just coming, I give the information. You see, I told Biafrans that when I was told that Soludo, in fact, Soludo brought a joy to the heart of Biafrans. Do you know how it brought a joy? He felt that he was doing us, and he broke the message about Mazi Simon Ekpa and autopilot and
That's
sit.
right.
He was telling them how sit at home is destroying everything.
That's
But
right.
he didn't know that he was giving a message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been yearning to get.
Exactly.
Because he knew, remember in one of his broadcasts, he said that why is it there? It doesn't mean there is no other man, there is no man.
Exactly.
There is no man. I'm tired of broadcasting. Because people around him, he knew that people around him were all fake. But it's just that when that gong, the people that rushed out, he started working with people he could see.
Yeah.
And saving. Now, you see, he knew that he was going to be kidnapped. But he has no, he can't stop it. Because this is just something that has to be fulfilled for it to come to pass. You see, there is something that is very heartbreaking to Biafrans, but the truth of the matter is there is a message that came last week, and I passed it through our brother Biafran 247 TV. The message is you guys should move on. He was happy immediately. Soludo. That's why that day he was celebrating. Forget all these fraud that saying that is a clone Mazina. There's no clone Mazina Nikalo. Forget all those things. The day Soludo left there in shame. And Mazina Nikalo was happy. Because of that news of Mazi Simon Ekpa. See, there is something. When I tell you I get information from the source and I mean it. Because they don't even know that I'm an Igbo man. They don't know. So what happened was, you see, Mazi, because they are discussing among themselves. When I mean they are discussing among the principal head of DSS, they are discussing Simon Ekpa seriously, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They say that it looks like there's a secret meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had with Mazi Simon Ekpa that gave him so much joy. Immediately Soludo came in. And Mazi Simon, that is true. From my own psychological distance, it looks like it's true because anytime you see Mazi Simon, anytime he's talking, he will tell you there are many things that I will not make public yet.
That's
what
right.
What you don't know is bigger than you. There are a lot of things in that word, but we don't know that there are a lot of things in that statement. You see, the thing there now is Biafrans. The only way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out is we should move on, continue from where he stopped. We should not invest so much energy reacting about him in DSS because that's what they want. I'm trying to tell you this thing from the source, and it's very heartbroken. It's not that we are forgetting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no. But I'm trying to tell you that this is exactly what's going on. Then another thing there is these people, Nelly is not having issues with those DSS people. I'm very sorry to call her name. He's not having DOS people. They are just pretending to be fighting each other. No, they are working together. Those teams that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So what they are trying to do now is a way of destabilizing us. Just like what politicians are doing in Nigeria. You think say Peter Obi is fighting with Atiku is fighting with Tinubu. No. In their secret this thing, they eat together, they tie together, they discuss together. The same thing is happening in DOS with Nelly. So we should not try to have this thing. Why am I going there? Is because of what somebody said, what we'll be saying that those people they are together and they are trying to play it to scatter it. Now, what are we going to do? You see, Mazi Simon Ekpa is playing a template. He's speaking a word from the heart of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are many templates. Template is forget about this thing and move on. And that's what he's doing now. And that brought me to what my brother brother Maxwell, there's something you said, and I beg to disagree a little bit. Yes, I know that you had a military experience about how Nigerian military experience operate and all these things. And yes, we can't. Nobody has a prominent of discussion about going into this thing with them. No, you ask yourself, many countries that look as great as America is. When America went to Vietnam to this thing, they were humiliated. It's not even they were won, they were humiliated. How were they humiliated? Vietnam didn't have anything. Vietnam didn't have anything, but they stood for themselves. You see, the whole world, even if you like it, talk now from now till next year. Do you know one of the key ways the world is talking about Biafra now? I mean, it's talking about Nigeria and talking about what Nigerian government is doing. It's because of what is happening in the Middle Belt. And I have told our brother or this thing that he should continue making Hausa program, because the world is having a soft spot that these people from the Middle Belt. And I am having a secret meeting with them. I'm very sorry to say that. Do you know their fears? These people are the ones that can today, if they stand, say that because of what is going on, that they don't want to be part of Nigeria. Immediately they speak it, it will not even get up to 1 month, the world will come in. Because the world is waiting for them to speak. Now, what do we have to do? We should not tell our people that we cannot stand these people. Let these people have blood in their vein, the way we have blood in our vein. And what we say, what we have upstairs is more than what they have upstairs. So if we come on air, many millions of people are listening. Forget about hundreds you are seeing maybe on this. After this, your program is going very far. People will copy it and send to people and all these things. Our people has to be angry. And any angry that is the truth of the matter. There are many things that you can do yourself. There are many things anybody can do themselves to make this. Once you make your enemy uncomfortable and they run away from you, you have won. It doesn't matter. It's not about that you are this. Nigerian federal government is the enemy of Biafra, because you cannot think of you have one country, you bring all these artilleries to our land. The only problem we have now is that they allowed these wicked P2B man. People don't know who's P2B. That's why I told people about Goodluck Jonathan. They don't know. Goodluck Jonathan is the one that sold us to Buhari. And I was there. It's not I was there in area 11. I was there in the meeting. The same thing they want to use P2B to do. P2B hates us. P2B is, in fact, I don't really know how to describe it. I have all the intel. So what we have to do now is that we need to tell our people that we have to be angry. Let the anger flow everywhere. What Nnamdi Kanu say?
What do you mean by let our people be angry? How are they going to show their anger?
Yes. One of the ways they are going to show their anger, do you know all this killing that is happening in Biafra land? Many people are not knowing about it. You call, if it happened in Okigwe, you call people in Onitsha, say, Onitsha, okay, nothing is, last week, when there's some unknown gunmen or some military people that came and killed 1 or 2 persons. You know, it's just, killing people is just like statistics now, it's normal thing. So, and the all this is, so the way to let people know, I told our brothers, the ones I speak with, because Simon, the time he comes in, sometimes I will be in a situation where I can't call. Because I need to let him know that Voice of Biafra television, it's not even about only the autopilot media. Any of the media he found that they are doing well should be linked to that radio station. And any Biafran should encourage that radio station should spread, so that whenever anything like this happens, our people will know. When you keep on letting people know that this things are not easy. Everybody will be at alert. You see, when you are at alert, you wait for them. And that's why they don't want to. That's why, you see, Hopus of them, I see the last statement he made. No, we should not worry. No, there's no need to arm ourselves. There is no thing. That's what they want to do.
Very useless man. You see, why the northern governors are calling their people to pick up arms, issuing license to the people to pick up arms and protect themselves. In the southeastern part of Nigeria, you are seeing people. You are seeing them telling us to pick up arms. Instead, they are inviting them to come and take away the ones that we have.
Please permit me to welcome our brother. You can continue from here. Our brother, Mr. Eremos, is here. My brother, you are welcome. How are you doing? How is your side?
Yeah, I'm fine, my sister. Thank you very much.
Okay, sorry, I will take a few minutes, and I know that I've taken your time. Please, so that I can go back to my duty. So what I'm saying there is, you see, that man, that statement he made is very strategic. People don't know. It's as good as surrender all you have. Remember, they came with surrender all your weapon. Our people sheepishly, many people surrender their this thing. This is exactly what he's doing. And you see, when we are countering that, people are not getting the information. They will not allow the media to know it. So personally, Biafra should know how to personally, on their own, individually, call your people. Look at what is happening. Call your people. Look at what is happening. It's not about sending money home. When we cultivate the culture, giving them information, they don't have internet, but from here we can be telling them what is happening. Be on guard. Look at. Frankly speaking, when you have back home, when you have 70 to 80% of Biafrans at alert and on guard, these people on their own will run because they will not be comfortable. First, they are living in the midst of people. If they are lodging in a hotel, people know where they are lodging. If they are, how many of them will be in the barrack? If they are in the barrack, they know that security-wise it's very dangerous for you to be committing this type of crime and you are found in a spot. They know what it means. So that's why I'm trying to tell you that our message is not that we can stand these people. We can stand them in any way, in media, in whatever, in anything. The only way they are standing against us is because of that money. The oil, the money they are making from the oil in Biafra land, they will use it to bribe all the media in the world, not to speak about this thing. But when this thing hits, because that's why this election, no election in Biafra land should be a very loud voice. If we stand on it, not only saying no election, you say no election in protest. How would you be doing an election when you are already surrounded with military? Means that you're not safe. So when you are saying all this, and people will say, is it what is happening? Say yes. Even those mumu people who are saying obedient. You see, those guys are jobbers. What they want to do now is that they want to make themselves prominent. They want to make themselves known on the social media so that Tinubu and Atiku will identify them to throw heavy money on them. That's what they're doing. Like this P-Square guy and Anyi Dons and all those ones. What they want to do is that they want to make themselves known so that Atiku will say, Anyi Dons, it looks like, man, this thing, look at. Okay, take $50,000. That's the thing. So I don't want to go too far on that. There are some intel which I cannot release on air. I have my channels where I'm releasing them. But tell anybody who wants to tell, who is on major media, that they should encourage Hausa program, because we are working something with this middle belt for them to write. Once middle belt actually is not pretty, once middle belt actually rises, forget about it. Frankly, it's what I'm saying. Because once you preach to the wound, do you know why they are killing you? Because many of them told me actually that it's not that they are feeling happy with Nigeria, but their own is that Biafra is their defense. If Igbo people leave,
Mr. Maxwell is raising up his hand. He seems you want to ask a question.
Okay, my brother, ask before I come.
Mazi Okenwa, you see, what I said here is this: Nigeria as a state, under their own law, has the monopoly of weapon. Biafrans, we don't have that. The only thing that I said that will work perfectly is dissemination of information. That is
Exactly.
number
You are
one.
saying exactly the same thing he said. The same thing Okenwa is saying. You people are almost
Yes.
Yeah. You see, by the time, we have to move away from our comfort zones. We need
That's
to
right.
go. If we have never you see the
Exactly.
riverine areas. You see the riverine areas. You see this middle belt. The caliphate use them as the willing tools to fight. They were the bulk of the people that fought Biafrans were from there.
That's the thing. That's
They are from there.
That's the
Now
thing.
today, without passing information, they will not hear us. And most of them are hearing us today because I have a lot of them that I serve in the same military together with them, and I know what they are telling me.
That's the thing.
I know what they are telling me.
God
You
bless
understand?
you,
So
brother.
we cannot pick up guns now and begin to. That
No,
is why
nobody.
Mazin
No,
Namdoka
no.
or begin. No. They say, oh, no, I'm coming, bro. You see, when we pick, you see, I do not know how to put it here so that our people will understand. From my own perspective, if you look at the Vietnam, the instance of Vietnam you gave, the Vietnam were fighting a just cause, a just war, just like Biafra, but they were together. There were no faction. There were no faction. And they were getting support from people like China. China supported Vietnam. And for you to fight in a place where you don't know the terrain, you would die. You would die because you don't know the terrain. So that is how it is. So the
Yes.
best thing we have to do is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu laid the foundation, passing informations to where we feel that they cannot get to. Who
Creating
knows?
awareness. We must continue to create the
Raising
awareness.
awareness. That is the first weapon.
Okay. I want
Once
to tell.
you soften the ground with accurate information and the truth that people can substantiate with,
Okay, I want
you
to
are there.
interject here. Yeah,
You are
We
there.
are all on the same page.
I want to hear
give me
the
1
voice
minute.
of my brother, my beloved brother, Ramos. He has been
1
here.
minute.
Please,
Can I
you guys
just
should
can
give
I
him
can
time
I
to
just
speak.
1 minute? Can I respond 1 minute? Just 1 minute.
Let it not pass 1 minute so that he can speak.
Okay, one.
Okay. What I want
Let
to
us
say,
go.
brother, what you're saying is true. You see, human beings differ. What I'm trying to tell you, Sasong, if he's here now, if he has come now, I would have given you, see, from the Vietnam guy, and he participated. You know what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you, brother, is, you see, human beings differ, our culture differs. In Biafra land, we believe
That's right.
do it. That's why we see, you see, what does it mean? People are moving into action. When you move into action, you draw more crowd. When you move in action in Biafra land, you draw more crowd. We are spreading the information. That's why I like what Simon Epa is doing. You say linking all the group. Thank you very much.
We are not going back. We are already moving. We are already moving. Not going back. We are moving already. We are moving.
Okay. I think I can speak now because I've been here for almost 10 minutes. So
thank you, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. Thank you, True Survivor, and thank you, my sister.
Welcome, my brother Ramos. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr. Ramos. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I had some other thing I wanted to speak about. But I just joined. So because of the line of thoughts I was seeing you people talking about, I will first of all start from that end.
Okay.
The disintegration of Nigeria is going to come from the entire Nigeria. It's just that Biafra is going to be the catalyst.
That's right.
That will trigger it.
Yes.
Agree.
And that's why I've been so enthusiastic about Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
Exactly the way Nnamdi Kanu has been doing it. And that's why when I see people talking,
right. That's
when
right.
I see people talking, I just be laughing. Some people are not intelligent at all.
At all.
IPOB alone cannot get Biafra.
Never.
Cannot break Nigeria.
Never.
Yes.
You need 3 other people with like minds that want similar thing, but some of them are scared to take the initiative. And that's why I'm so happy when Samekpa said if you listen to, there was a space this in room he hosted, and I asked a question in that space.
Exactly. I listened to it. I heard your question. I heard
Exactly.
it.
And you see the answer.
That's
And
right.
you can already see the manifestation. That means he was already working on it.
Working on it, just as he answered you, he's working on it. He's showing.
That is exactly what we need.
Yeah.
That's the way to get Biafra. Because you see, I think last week here, you saw about 21 luxurious buses filled with military moving to Lagos, and 6 coastal buses moving to Lagos. Is there war happening in Lagos?
I wonder.
What are they going to do? So even me, without having the internal intelligence, I will know what is going on.
Of
The
course.
Yoruba nation, they have about 5 million signatures that they want to go. They have a flag. They have national anthem. They have a map. They have a currency. They have an international passport. They are ready. And the person who is leading Yoruba nation is a professor of history, Yoruba and history, that has lectured in multiple universities in America, in I think the last university was in Pennsylvania.
Yes,
US.
I think Akintole, right? Akintole,
yes,
right?
Yes, Professor Akintole.
Prof.
The second in command is a professor. So they know that these people know exactly what they are doing. So you see Biafra, that Biafra we are talking about. Yoruba nation are even more prepared than Biafra.
Yes, exactly.
The Biafra own is that military-wise, right? We are more prepared than them. You understand? But at the end of the day, what is going to happen is that when Biafra trigger no election in Biafra land, when they trigger no election in Biafra land, can you hear me? There was a call coming in.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you clearly, sir.
So when they trigger no election in Biafra land, towards this whole thing is going to play out towards the end of this year, around November, December. That's when it's going. You can see what is going on now. You see, my brother Maxwell is a military man. You will see what is going on. You see, they already deployed excessive military artillery weapons to the southeast, because what they want to do is to put fear in the mind of the southeast. You understand? So that they will not, take that decision that they want to take. That's what they want to do. But we
call it Erasmus, we call it a show of force.
Exactly.
A show of force. They do you.
Exactly. That's exactly what they are trying to do. So, and it's already dead on arrival, because we understand what is going on.
That's right.
We understand what is going on. So let them be bringing the artillery. Let them bring the ammo tanks. We need ammo tanks to use. We need to use.
Absolutely, we need them to use.
At the end of the day, my brother, there may not be war. Because by the time Biafra trigger no election in Biafra land, you will be surprised that a lot of people have been ready for this freedom. A lot of regions. Be ready for this. For instance, there are a lot of things that people don't know. Do you know that those states and Delta states, led by the man they call Don Obaseki, they have a map for old Midwestern region?
Yes.
They said it's their country.
Yeah.
Let me sorry, my brother, let me step aside, then invite one of my brother from US. Let me see whether he will come and join us. He's from the Edo side. He's our brother. They call them the Igbos in Edo. I think you people will understand the people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They call them the Igbos in Edo state. So let me see if I can bring him in.
No problem.
Go ahead, sir.
So that's exactly what is going on. So at the end of the day, you see, even the Biafra that we're talking about, which is the Creek, the ones on the coastal region and the one on the mainland.
Yeah.
When this whole thing will start, at the end of the day, you may be surprised that those ones who say they want Niger Delta Republic. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All we want is the end of that.
You will see different regions speeding up, say, we don't want any election. At the end of the day, which military are you going to deploy? Which military are you going to deploy? Are you going to declare Yoruba military to Yoruba land, or you send this thing, or you want to? The whole military, everybody will answer a Papa name. Everybody will answer a Papa name. Everybody. At the end of the day, the US and UK will beg us to settle, to just separate. I am telling you. So that's exactly why I'm saying Mazi Samekpa is on the right path.
Very, very
Keep
well. Very
hammering on no election in Biafra land. Keep doing what you are doing. But another thing he has to work on is this, very important. The voice of Biafra, as far as I'm concerned, is not very effective. The coverage is low. We need to invest. It's not just let one person come and sponsor a radio Biafra, voice of Biafra.
Yeah.
The same way we are investing on ESN, we should invest on radio voice of Biafra the same way. Because at the end of the day, voice of Biafra is almost as important as radio Biafra or as ESN. Because media is key. Look at what is happening in Ebonyi State right now. They said majority of Ebonyi State people are not obeying Sitato. Why? Because from my understanding, they don't have voice of Biafra. What they listen to is radio Biafra. So majority of them are still listening to them. So how do you take these people along if they don't understand what is going on? So we need to, because if you go back to Rwanda 1994 genocide, you know, the major reason why that genocide happened was a radio. So we need to invest on that, because at the end of the day, when this thing happens, that radio will be key to give information to people. The right place to be, the right place not to be, wrong place not to be. So all this is important, and that radio Biafra is key. Then the last statement I will make here is this. I'm using this opportunity to advise DOS supporters, all their media warriors. I don't want to call them irats, I want to call them media warriors, to go and advise DOS to stop calling the names of our people on Radio Biafra to be key.
It's very, very painful. It's very, very
because
painful.
These are questions that need to be answered. What is the justification of Chika Edozie coming on air and announcing names of Biafrans that he has employed in Biafra land, calling their full names? What is the reason? Full names. What is the justification of calling people that he has sacked in Biafra land and calling their full names? What is it?
He's sentencing them to death.
Exactly. Two.
That's what he's doing.
Two. Why did he come on Radio Biafra and announce about 3 or 4 local government areas? Ihiala, Osu, Nnewi South. And he categorically said, we don't have ESN in any of these regions.
Informant. He's an informant.
What was the reason? Because one, was he giving the local governments to Fulani terrorists to invade?
You have answered the question already.
No, I want to know, because he said that he was giving it to the Fulani terrorists to invade. I'm not talking of the military. I'm talking of the Fulani terrorists themselves, to say we don't have presence here. Or he knows that there were fighters who were not from his side. So he's giving it to the DSS to go and kill them. And evidence to confirm that is right now, the military, they're in all over those local governments that he mentioned on Radio Biafra.
You see?
Now, where they say 18 people were murdered was in some of those local governments. Now, our leader, before he was kidnapped, stopped meetings of IPOB members in Biafra land because of the security situation.
That's right.
And the security situation was not this worse right now. Now the killings are more, the security military presence is more. How come nobody's asking Chika Edozie why he came on Radio Biafra and announced opening of meetings for Biafrans in Biafra land? What is the motive? What is the reason? Is he guarding our people to call the DSS to come and slaughter, or what? I want DOS members and they are this thing, IRAD, their media warriors, to come and give us the justification for telling our people to start gathering, in spite of the fact that even 5 elders were gathered the other day, just normal elders, they were not even IPOB, they killed them. So why is it sentencing our people to death?
Ah,
God.
And one of the ways to
those
counter
are the people Mazen Nnamdi
is,
Kanu was warning in the court. They are the people
yes,
that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is warning, telling
yes,
them that he wants peace in Biafra land.
and people who are talking about command and control, how come the instruction of Nnamdi Kanu, this man disobeyed it vehemently and countered it?
Disobeyed all. He disobeyed all.
And again, there was a program I watched on there's one of our brothers. What's it called? There's one this thing, something Biafra Radio TV, Biafra Radio TV, where some members of IPOB in Ebonyi State called in and explained that people are paying 5,000 naira. I don't know if you have watched it. In Biafra land, have monthly fee in Biafra land in Ebonyi State. 5,000. Maybe you should go and watch it. Yes, maybe you should go and watch it. They said they are paying 5,000 naira, and they have about 32 zones or so. And each of those zones is about, the least number of people is about 50. And they call it compulsory fee. That they said one Igwe Ogbona and Chinas.
Yeah.
And they say it's compulsory. So tell me, the reason why all of this is happening is because there is no voice of Biafra to enlighten people there. And I think Sam Ekpa should work on that as a matter of urgency.
That's the Ebonyi State, right?
Yes. Not just Ebonyi State, other states as well, because I spoke to my friends in Owerri, he did not get the radio.
Yeah, so many places have not been reached yet.
No, so it's not effective.
It's necessary to expand the voice of Biafra.
Yeah, because if we're going to stop this election in Biafra land, you need the radio.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother Ramos. I really appreciate your contribution. You have spoken very well, and everything you have said are just the fact and nothing but a fact. You see, thank God I have said all you just said. The last information you gave now is, before you came in, we first of all started by explaining what transpired in the court and the loaded information that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu passed in the court. A message of 1 minute that contains every information you need to know to struggle for Biafra to come. Every question you have been answered, every single question we have been asking for a very long time, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu answer all those questions with advice in 1 minute, in less than 1 minute. That is what we are discussing on this one. And you brought this last information you brought now. That is to show you, certain times when we begin to see certain things, people will not open their eyes to see. People will not be attentive to hear and know what is happening. Some people still allow themselves to be manipulated by these clueless people who doesn't have brain in them. People who doesn't have brain, they're just like the group that I don't want to mention their name. I hate calling their name. I don't call their name. Neither do I mention their name or call their group. We come and begin to tell you that the man that spoke to us in the court is not Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You see their plan. They now want to make sure that they destroy Mazen Nnamdi Kanu completely. Then they will now project their own messiah. They will now present that strategy to present their own messiah. Now condemn Mazen Nnamdi Kanu completely.
You have time, I couldn't listen to those kinds of things.
Just some Biafran, I don't know why Biafran still goes to that platform to go and listen. Don't go and listen, not even go and reply. Don't attack them. You don't need to listen to those.
Brother Chooks, just hold your peace. You see, before, when they were broadcasting, you see hundreds of people going, and just look at the number of people that they are. It's that one, God has taken care of that one, my brother. Don't forget about them. Let them do whatever they are doing. I saw so those ones are not our problem. Our problem are those particular people that are exposing the agitators, the Biafran agitators, IPOB, real IPOB members. This is the way we're supposed to tackle. You cannot, under no circumstances will anybody come out and begin to expose those people that they were fighting with before. This is the height, in fact, of a betrayal that I can, even Azekas, they cannot be compared to Azekas, because after Azekas made his own, nobody was killed. But this one, you review their positions, you open them up, and lay them open for their enemies to go in and kill them. This is what it is horrible, and we must condemn it with every strongest terms. Because for me, that is why sometimes when I begin to talk people within my people, they say, you sometimes you behave as if you are a gentleman, but sometimes you don't. Because when I begin to feel this kind of pulses coming from these non-entities, these idiots that just has the opportunity to control a platform, begin to name the people that you are fighting with towards your enemies.
And they do it without any remorse.
That is the biggest act of betrayal anyone can do.
They do it and they are proud of it. Very sad.
And they must be tamed. They must be tamed, because the position IPOB pilot, autopilot has now is more than theirs. We have to clean the house from the within, because these elements cannot be allowed to begin to, expose us in that manner.
Of course,
the life of our people is at risk.
Nnamdi Kanu by himself have given the last warning, and it cannot happen again.
Let me see how. Let us see. Let us see how they will defy.
Nnamdi Kanu have never handed any Biafran to the enemy. Even if you are against
even his enemies, even have you seen Even
his enemies.
The problem our people have, the greatest problem our people have is this. Once you are not following them, you are not supporting them from whatever they are doing, they will term you sabos, and the next thing they start attacking you. But Nnamdi Kanu never does that. I don't know if you people know this guy they call is it Ijele? This one that AIT grant.
Yes. That deportee.
Had Nnamdi Kanu one day talking about him. When Uche Mepo left Nnamdi Kanu, upon all the things he said against, did you people hear Nnamdi Kanu mentioning any of them in his platform?
No. Many of his enemies, even when he had people on the ground who can take them out. He never take out anybody. He never condemned any Biafra.
It's crazy. What is going on is just unbelievable. They are no longer hiding it. They are no longer hiding it.
They're not hiding it.
Yeah, Brother Rasmus. I'm sorry to cut in here. Please forgive me. You see, I always say, the worst war you will fight is the war you fight against your own people. That is the worst war you fight. IPOB autopilot, as led by Nnamdi Kanu, is greater in number. And we will not, under no circumstances, encourage or condone this, little tiny fractions, elements coming in to begin to expose, the positions of our people.
They know.
We will not allow that to happen.
See, my brother Maxwell, in one of Samepa's broadcasts, he actually warned them, and they know. Know they should stop it. The Kanu has warned them. They know they should stop it. And now you know that.
No way can you do such a thing.
Yeah.
You lay your brother's life at risk for the enemy to come and kill the person, and we are fighting a greater enemy out there.
Yes. And now that they know that Samepa is gathering all the agitators, he's gathering all of them. They understand they must not make that mistake again. They know the implication. They will not try it again. Because if these people know PNL,
they will regret ever doing that. They will regret ever doing that.
If they know PNG and BNS location, they will release it to the government.
That's right.
Because they believe that anybody that is not under them must be killed. So everybody must be the DOS ESN. So if you are not obedient to them, then you are subject to be killed.
Very, very useless mentality.
And we need to stop it.
There will be disgrace at last. For me, I say my own position. I am still sticking to my own position. These people must be called out, and they must be given staunch orders, instructions not to do what they are doing. Because if they continue like that, they will have the autopilot to contend with.
And
We
that's
cannot be
exactly why.
fighting, and we cannot become like dogs that are carrying, excreta in both ears. Which
Yes,
one are we going to use?
that's
And we are
exactly
fighting
why.
an external enemy, and inside you are exposing your own people just because they simply did not agree with you. Let's come together. This one come from east, this one come from north, this one come from south and west. All of us, what is the primary objective? Is to get our freedom. Then why are you envying the other person?
And that's exactly why I have raised these questions.
Yeah, let's
Because
as you are speaking, my brother
yes,
Ramos, let us now go into the next topic. We have this very topic in one of our discussions. We will have it in one of the things we're going to discuss about the unity of all the agitators. Our brother Simon Ekpa has started it, bringing people together. What do you see about that? What do you have to say about that?
my brother, I think that was where I started from. That is the best thing that has ever happened to this struggle. And listen, by extension, it's not just going to be in Biafra land
That's
because they don't understand what is coming for them. If I were to be this Fulani government right now, I will start discussing how to separate Nigeria amicably and do like a kind of MOU where we will not lose out completely. Maybe you'll be giving us, Nigeria Delta will be giving us some form of petroleum products to sustain us for some years. If I were to be there, that's what I will start doing right now. Because this thing that is coming, you cannot stop it.
They can't stop it.
You
Never.
can't
It
stop
is
it.
an octopus. It is an octopus that is coming.
They can't stop it.
Because if you remember the answer Samepa gave that day on that Twitter space,
Twitter space, yeah.
you see, what he talked about was, he said that was actually one of the assignments that Nnamdi Kanu gave him directly.
That's right. That's right.
That he was in charge of that department.
Yeah, he was
and that
playing
he
a
has
major role
always
in it.
been in charge. That he has never stopped being in charge. Which is the unity of these regions. It's not just Biafra. So
Exactly.
Biafra, all those BNG, BNL, you understand? All those ones are just within Ekukumeko. Those are just within Biafra. This, then you talk of Niger Delta. Obviously, I know he is in communication with them Topolo. That one is sure. I know that.
Yeah, that's right.
So there are so many. Those are just in Biafra land. But the middle bets, they need people to boost them, to encourage them, because a lot of them are scared. And obviously, I know you'll be in touch with few people that he can reach. If not for Brother Melafa that died, by now, a lot would have happened there.
Yeah,
For,
you're right.
For Yoruba nation, Yoruba land, obviously, he's 100% in touch with Sunday Igboho.
Absolutely.
You understand? So something is growing. So at the end of the day, the best option for Fulani is to just separate the country, then ask us what we can give to them, because they cannot stop what is coming.
They can.
Already, US has started talking about it. Have you read this thing from the letter they wrote? Senators wrote to Blinken, the State Department, yesterday.
No, I'm not gonna cross it. You recently, yesterday?
Yes, Marco Rubio, and some other senators have written categorically to the State Department, to Blinken, to put Nigeria back, he said immediately, among countries that are oppressing Christians. Immediately.
Yes,
and they specified in the letter that they wrote them before, I think last year, that the answers State Department gave to them for removing Nigeria was not concrete enough. That after that letter, so much has happened. They cited Owo massacre, and they cited other instances that, as a matter of urgency, that Nigeria should be placed back immediately. That was yesterday. You can just Google it. It's on Sahara Reporters. I think it's on Vanguard. So it's on almost all the papers. And you see the memo released by Canadian Embassy of Immigration yesterday. Are we aware of that?
Yeah.
Canada is telling, in fact, almost the whole states in Nigeria is a no-go area for Canada.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that memo. I saw it.
You understand? So these people know what is happening. They know what they explain
But,
everything. They know what is happening.
United States should not stop on that warning. They should call back their Tokana jet. They should call it back. All
No,
the Tokana jet has
the
wanted to be
activities that will be
supplied to the
happening
terrorist government.
from
They should call it back.
the activities that will be happening from November, we tell them what to do. You don't understand. Nobody will do anything about you, because now let's look at it this way. It's all about interest.
That's
You understand?
right.
They are protecting their interests. When they see that they can no longer protect their interests, they'll be forced to make their decision and make the right decision. That's just the thing. So this will happen when you see every region say, no, go and conduct your election in core northwest Nigeria.
Yeah.
Conduct your election. Not in Biafra land, not in Yoruba land, not in Middle Belt, not in the Niger Delta, not in Midwest. Then the whole world will be saying, what is going on? Then you will see more tax on all the streets. Then you see the regions. You see, that's when you'll be seeing mutiny. My brother Maxwell, that's when you'll be seeing mutiny. You will be seeing May saying, oh, everybody has said, Papa, they are from Midwest. I am from, I'm a Middle Belt, better. I'm a Yoruba man. You see mutiny. The military will break. The police will break. The civil defense will break. Nothing will stop it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
All right, my people, sorry that me I dey enter the comot. Sorry.
Kusiokwu voice nkazi nke gị kwuo ka nwoke kwụsị ike.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Okay. So what I'm saying is it's good that our brother that just spoke last just waved there, because I thought you wanted to give so much interest on time on what these people are using to Radio Biafra to do. The thing is that, let me just shortly tell you that you don't waste your time on that, because they are no more in what we are doing. Everything has moved on. So the only way they think that because everybody has exposed them is by causing all this problem. And the only tool they have now that they are using to cause all this problem is Radio Biafra. That's the only tool. That's why they can come out. Because if you have people if you are in charge of people, simply you talk to them. You shouldn't come on air and be announcing it, because they are not in control of the people. That's why they are coming this time to do that. So very soon, everything, as Brother Maxwell said, that the other people, God has taken care of them. The same thing with these people. So about unity among these serious people, which is nice. But one of the things that we encourage unity is fund. Because you Biafrans listen everywhere. There are two things we have to do to encourage people to support what is going on. Yes, I know many people felt that they have put their money. All of us felt that victim, felt the same way. We feel it, and some people use it for their own selfish whatever. But that will make you to stop. That will make you to stop. Because when you don't continue, it will make the ones you put before it look somehow. Then another thing is,
we must continue.
Yes, because I wanted a way I will reach Mazi Simon Ekpa. You say yes, the civil disobedience of sit at home is speaking enough volume. But what my brother just said now about this media is very, very important in what we are doing now. Please, if we can send these messages to them for it to reach the decent, it doesn't matter. Even if they can organize a fundraising for media, because that voice of Biafra is not a private thing. Yes, my Simon Ekpa has this, but he made it. It's just like a gift to Biafrans. So at anywhere you are, you can support it. Because if we link all this, like what we are talking now, if it's linked to that voice of Biafra and somebody in Ebonyi State is listening to that, he will know that these people collecting 5,000 from them is just for their own selfish benefit, because at the end of the month, they make millions out of you.
That's right.
They don't have any control over both ESN and anything. Any money they are making goes to their pocket. And those their soldiers, they will make, at the end of the month, they will make 50 millions of this thing. They will share it among themselves. So what I'm trying to tell us is, we have to be wise and send a message for this media to go, because media is one of the ways we use to conquer this. As my brother Remus just said, it is very, very nice. Even if they mean to have this thing on that, to Ebonyi State, at least all the states should have strong media this thing across Biafra land. That's why I just stepped out to say now. Then lastly, please, you see, sorry, brother, you see this America you are seeing. America, one of the things I love America of is a country that can sacrifice for another country, irrespective of, because that's the way they make their name. But the thing, Diana, is that if you don't start anything, nobody will come for you. Diplomatically, Britain has caged, Nigeria has used Britain to cage many countries. So the only way that will make them out now is for them to hear that something is happening. Then most of them on their own will come out to say, what is going on? And that's what we want to know. There are some diplomatic discussions going everywhere. Like the little ones we are doing here, we do it, they will ask you, what are you doing? The same question, the same answer they ask Simon, because they can't come. Nigeria is a sovereign state. So they can't come now to start questioning them on certain things. No. But
That was the same thing they asked Nnamdi Kanu. When Nnamdi Kanu went to United States, somebody told him and asked him that he should go and start doing something. Go and start doing something before they go. That's what they told Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
That you should go and start doing something.
Many of them are very interested in Biafra. Many of them are very, very interested in Biafra. But they want something that will make them come in. And they can't just come in right there in Nigeria. What are you? Exactly. What is happening? Nigeria is a sovereign state. You can't tell them what to do in their own state. So that's the thing.
Mr. Okenwa, if we are talking, you should know that many people are watching, and it's not everybody that is watching that understands your language. When you say until something happens, I want you to be giving example of things that you want to be happy, so that the layman listening to this video will understand what you mean.
Okay, you know, this is media. There are some words I don't want to use because of your this. There are some
statements.
Okay, what I mean by until something happens, one of the things is that when they come in with their armor tanks and with their gun, most people make mistake. When you make video in Igbo language. No, a language can be, even if they have interpreter, what you say can be misinterpreted. You either speak in broken or you speak in English language, so that the message will go far. Then in Ukolofuebe say, look, if you are what, how do I put it now? If you stand in a place for them to come, they will still come and kill you. So here you remember, even China villages, they are legal good here. Give woman land there. Give for now, none there be here hard at you and hard at you. Give ya Ima. Give ya money in the Igbo and I am so with I won't know you so with so. What I want to say to the world, I want to be careful. You know, I want to be careful. But the thing, anybody, you understand?
Go ahead. I understand you. We understand you. Go ahead.
In a media language, so that
you
will understand.
Don't worry. When you finish, Mr. Ramos will give us the example because he knows the tactics of the world. Or Mr.
So
Maxwell.
I don't want to. It's not about Mafi, but I'm Igbo. Now I mean here Igbo. Hey, baby. I'm
No,
going
no,
to
no, no, okay.
I don't want to say something that's very implicated. I don't want to do that.
Ama m maazị oke nwanne ekwu ama m okwu ga Maxwell ka ndị ngwa anyị ndị ngwa ebe mama m si wee bịa amaala m ha ọ dị ekwu ha ọ dị amaala m aga m egwu unu ha ọ dị ekwu mbụla otu ala eji wee ji igbe ngwa ọgụ afụta bịka ịma nnala adịghị ha anyị kwuru nga na anị agbu ndị obe akwala agaghị ịnụ anyị jicha na ohe niile ndị adị wee mụ ndị amụrụ wee ndị ka njeje ejide onye isi ụkọchukwu ndị Katọlik ọ bụ onye ofe ndị ogbe ọzara ọ bụ ya ndị ịsụ asụsụ ndị Igbo ebe a so ndịkwana ihe ị ga-ekwugbu asịla ụwa niile ga-abụ ịmarala asụsụ ndị Igbo ndị ka hwe naanị ya ndị hwele m ga-ekpo esef nshịkọ ataghị ya ohi asụsụ ndị Igbo bụ nshịkọ ataghị ya ohi ịta ya ohi iji ekwe ga-ezutuola otu mpaghara si ereta nshịkọ ịta ya kpụrụrụ ndị mmadụ amala ereta nshịkọ ị gaghị ịtalita ohi so so when the only thing is that there is nothing that we will say here that people will not even understand. But the reason is this: information, wetting the ground, softening the ground with information. Those people that hate you before, that refuse to understand what we were doing before, that say, "Oh, forget about them. They are miscreants. They are Biafrans." How many of them are calling Biafran agitators Biafra today? How many of them? Since the time the judgment of whether Nnamdi Kanu jumped the bell or not, that stupid narrative they were giving that time. Then the High Court Onumuahia passed that judgment. How many of them now will wake up like the Arise TV, that man that is here, that they always, I don't know the problem he has with Nnamdi Kanu. Proscribe. He jumped bell. He jumped bell. How many of them will say it? Mba, I don't want to get Kukwe again. They have refrained from that because if you say that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bell on that court, ruling that has not been set aside, we have the right to sue you. So they know the implications. So the thing is this: whatever, there is nothing that is more superior that dissemination of information to nooks and crannies, and the only weapon we have, that is the sit at home. I will urge all Biafrans wherever they are in Biafra land. I know that things are difficult. That is the only sacrifice you would do. We are not going to carry arms now. For me, we are not going to carry arms now. And I'm going to give Vrumbo. Bakawande sila anyị kwawawe la ndị ka nsi obodo ofe mmiri nke ebe abenyere anyị aka asị o mere la Liberia. Agara m la Liberia. Alụrụ m ọgụ Liberia for 3 years 8 months. I fought in Liberia for 3 years 8 months. Agbara alụkwara m ọgụ la Somalia. Alụrụ m ọgụ la Somalia. Abịarawe ọ bụ their interest bụ hele ji wee protect. Agawe hafu unu na-egbuchi onwe unu. Then what about I don't what about play up that politics and politics of interest? That is what they do. So Nnamdi Kanu before Anya bad habata la this sit at home. Sit at home is potent, it's a poison, it's a poison to that system. It's a poison to that system. The only thing is that those of our people that are lagging behind must come and intensify it so that nobody should ask you or coerce you into sitting at home. Sit at home willfully. The same way you sit at home on Mondays, sit at home on that election day. Simple.
That one is on that note, you are now pushing on to the other part of the discussion we have today about the election. That is one of the major issues we have to discuss about the no election issue. As it stands now, the Biafran people, Biafra land, there will be no election. That one is not a question of maybe there will be. Even if there are people who are willing to vote, we don't have their time. They should go to Lagos or go to to the north and vote. But in Biafra land, there will be no election. No matter what they do, no matter the strategy or blackmail they bring against us, you see them even they are using some of those one Nigerians are using the message of Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu say we should be calm. He said we should be calm. So why are we talking about the no election? Listen, we are causing problems. Don't allow yourself to be blackmailed. Don't allow them to blackmail you, no matter what they say. What Nnamdi Kanu said, the information Nnamdi Kanu gave us before the kidnapping was that there will be no election. And he didn't change it. If Nnamdi Kanu wanted to change the election, in that few seconds he had to speak, he will chip it in. He will chip it in. He's very much aware that election is coming. He's very much aware that we have declared no election. And he never stopped us. So there will be no election in Biafra land. And the strategy that our brother Samuel have brought forward, every Biafra has to be a watchdog. Anytime you hear of any mega rally in Biafra land, if you have any rumor, if you're in abroad, you have a rumor of a mega rally, tell your people that there is a seat at home. Tell your people that there is a seat at home. If you're in Biafra land and you hear there is a mega rally in Biafra land, that day is a total lockdown of Biafra land. And begin to prepare yourself for the 2 weeks sit at home. Immediately they announce the beginning of their election, that very day, the sit at home start. We will sit at home until the end of it. Just as my brother Samuel and my brother Samuel Maxwell have been saying, nobody is telling you to go and pick up arms, go and face military and face them face to face. We have people, everybody have their responsibility. The ESN have their duty, pursuing the terrorists in the forest, making sure that our land is not be taken. No inch of Biafra land will be taken by them. It doesn't matter how they try. Your own as a civilian, your responsibility is to listen, open your ears and listen. When you hear sit at home, sit your butt at home. You're not going to die. When you hear sit at home, sit at home. That is the only way to survive. So, my brothers, you can chip in something on this very sit at home and no election. If you have anything to contribute on that, let's speak about that.
Yeah, my brother. Let me quickly say this. On the aspect of Nnamdi Kanu said everywhere should be calm. Yes, that was a nice statement, and that's what he's expected to say. And let me say this: even if Nnamdi comes out tomorrow and says election should hold from DSS custody, we are not going to obey that instruction, because the instruction, every instruction coming from Nnamdi Kanu right now, any instruction that is going to help this struggle is going to come coded.
Exactly.
So it's not left for you to be able to decipher the code.
To decode it.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's going to come coded. Because, number one, the only reason why he's still in DSS custody is because he has not signed documents of abandoning Biafra. So if somebody who is in DSS custody because he has not abandoned Biafra comes out tomorrow and say, don't worry, go ahead with this thing, you know that you should decode the statement. I hope you guys remember that Sunday Igboho, Buratai went to Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic to bribe him with billions to abandon the Dudu Nation. So imagine what they are trying to do to Nnamdi Kanu right now. If they can give Sunday Igboho billions to abandon Yoruba Nation, just imagine what is happening. So any message that is coming from Nnamdi Kanu is going to be coded. It's now left for people who are wise and who have been close to him to understand exactly what he meant by what is coming from him. That's one. Because put yourself in his shoes. If you were to be in his shoes in DSS custody under torture, starvation, are you going to come out or say anything that will work against the government on air in public? You won't. So people should use their brains and use their, I don't really understand why people don't think very far. That's for that. Then, secondly, I don't really want to talk much about the courts and the lawyers or anything. But the only few things I will say is this. You know that the judgment given by that Binta Yanko was actually a judgment given in error.
Of course.
Because the judge said they filed the case 4 years ago, which was false. It was filed in 2019. Between 2019 and now, it's not 4 years. So now, which country where a judge makes a mistake and somebody will not have to suffer for the mistake of a judge? Because on a normal day, They should have even filed for that case to be, as in the extension, maybe the next day or the next 2 days, they will come and hear that thing. Because it was the mistake of the judge. The documents are there. And again, nobody is talking about extraordinary rendition right now. Because number one, they are not even supposed to first of all try him. Because they are first of all supposed to prove how they brought him to Nigeria before you can start trying. That's right. Illegality. But I don't really want to dwell much on that. The reason why I don't want to dwell
illegality. Everything about the court is illegal.
Yeah. The reason why I don't want to dwell much on that, we already know that court is not going to bring Nnamdi Kanu out.
Of course, they wouldn't.
Yeah, court is not going to bring him out. Then another thing I wanted to say is just to advise Biafrans who are in Biafra and making videos of the atrocities of the military, the DSS and the Bubiago. I watched a video that our sister made, a sister who has 2 kids. And they said, I think one of the sons was just two months old or so. And they killed the husband. And he was explaining that the husband is a decent man. He has never done anything. You could see that the sister is educated. He was speaking Queen's English. But you know that at the end of the video, I was sad and I was angry. The video was useless. Completely useless. You know why? This lady did not mention who killed the husband. From the beginning of the video to the end of the video. He never mentioned DSS. He never mentioned the Bubiago. He never mentioned, or even no government. He never mentioned military. And the people who posted that video said it was military carnage that killed the guy. But who are you going to prove? Who are you going to use that video to prove anything with? The video is useless.
When the person who has spoken on the video did not mention it.
He did not mention anybody that killed the husband. So this advice to our people, if you are making videos, explain in details what happened. If you cannot video the people, fine. Explain to us, okay, DSS came, Bubiago killed them, military killed them, call their names. If it is police, call their name. Because most of these videos are just useless. They have no value. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contribution and what you have said on that very part. And from this court of Mazen Nanagan I just mentioned there, you just mentioned now, are you? It's like the imposter in Astorok is not aware. He's not aware that Mazen Nanagan won a case in Abia State. He's not aware. I'm not sure he's aware. You know, he's never aware of anything. That is why he went for that. That is why he went for that to begin to say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. You are still talking about jumping bail. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have won the case already in your own government, he's not. I'm not sure he's aware.
It doesn't matter if he was aware. It does not matter. Yeah, it does not matter if he was aware. It does not matter if he was aware or not. What of Bita Yako? Is Bita Yako not aware?
That is it. That's what I'm saying. Even that one that call herself a judge. The live video of the event in Mazen Nnamdi Kanu house, the live video is still online. Go to Facebook today, go and search for it. You still see it there.
If it was in Western world or America where things work, immediately Buhari made those statements, right? Before the court date, you will see people inviting Buhari to come to court and testify. Yes.
He's supposed to be dragged to the court.
Because he's preempting the case. He preempted the case, and that was exactly what happened.
Bita Yako is just like a statue. She's just like a statue. She's
there is something that
Buhari's order. She knows.
Yeah, there's something I would like to. There's something I would like to chip in here. You see, Nigeria. Are you surprised? Our viewers and listeners, wherever, and those that are in, some of us that are in the studio, are we surprised? I am not surprised that this is happening in Nigeria.
We are not surprised.
Good. You see, so you don't expect. You see, Brachuk, you don't expect good things to come from a country that is being riddled with impunity. Nigeria's name, their Nigeria's another name apart from the real one Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave them, Zoological Republic, is a country, that dwells in impunity. Nothing. Even the judges are being manipulated by the executive. Have you seen the reason why the CGN had just resigned? Have you read the reason why he resigned? He was put. There was a report by this judge from the bench that indicted him, that forced him to resign. That is impunity there. Nigeria is a country where you cannot do, if you like, bring Obama to Nigeria. With the impunity they operate on, will not even allow him to make any headway. So I'm not surprised. What they are doing there is the script written to them. The judge is written. Thank God. You see, when God wants to work, God works in mysterious ways. The judge in Abia State, the High Court judge in Abia State, exonerated Nnamdi Kanu in the case of whether he jumped bail or not. For him jumping bail, there is a precedent. There is something preceded to him going out, because it is only a wood or a stick, a tree, that will remain there and allow a man with a power saw to come and cut it down. As a human being, you have the tendency to escape for your life. He was running away for his dear life. So that after so many people has been killed, if you go and listen, if you go and read one of watch this film, we call it, it's a military film, they call it The Rules of Engagement, by Samuel L. Jackson. When they were prosecuting him because he gave order to kill some of the terrorists. Is it in Yemen? That was how they did it. It's a film though. So he said, I gave the order. In fact, they questioned the words he used on his radio communication. The man said, yes, I did it. Waste the motherfuckers. I said it. Is this the motherfuckers? He said, yes. Is it the motherfuckers? He said, yes. He said, you don't expect me to see another Marine die just because of those fucking rules of engagement. I always like to watch it because it has a lot of things to do in my life anytime I watch that movie. You see, these people, something caused him to run away. And he ran away for his life. If he did not run away like Michael Zekume, the brilliant senior advocate, if he didn't run away, will he be standing trial today?
You have to stand trial, not sleep trial.
Yes, you don't sit trial.
For you to stand trial,
or lie down trial.
You don't lie down trial. You don't sleep trial.
So these are some of the. So these are some of the things, and I do not know the reason why they are still keeping Nnamdi Kanu, because the man ran away for his dear life, and the court has set him free on that, and even indicted the federal government and passed a penalty on them. Have they apologized? Have they paid the 50 billion naira or so? Then you went to where he ran to. You went outside. You went and internationally kidnapped the man, tortured him, and brought him back. How can you charge somebody on illegality? So that is why I told you people that what they are doing there is they just want to demoralize him, make psychologically, destroy him. But the man I saw on the 28th is someone that they cannot destroy. I told you because there is no man born of woman that is ever going to destroy Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu has the mandate of. Do you think? As I know Nigeria and their secret operatives, because we have been there before. We've been there before. Do you think that if they wanted to kill him, that they would not kill him? Do you know what kept him alive? Do you know what kept him alive? And somebody will come out here and start telling me, Nnamdi Kanu, you don't know what you are talking about. Nnamdi Kanu is an ordained prophet of God to free Biafra. Right. You like it to, you don't like it to, now your own concern with that. May we, if in Ghana say may we, I'm done.
May we, I have learned this one today.
May we?
Yes, I've learned this one.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Mr. Ramos, we're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, like I said before, we already know that the court is not going to be where we get answers to the release of MK. So it's going to be our collective efforts. It's going to be based on what we do.
That's right.
That the international community that are pretending right now that they don't do. will be forced to come out and ask what is going on. Because they know, but they are pretending not to know. When we stop the election, they will start asking questions. And that's when the whole thing will happen. Nigeria will break. I see it breaking already. Because that's the only solution we can move forward. That's the only solution.
Right.
But I have a question. What about now, by the grace of God, if we succeeded that there will not be election in Biafra land, does it mean that other parts of the country cannot have their election?
Okay. Let's look at it this way. Nigeria has 6 geopolitical zones. We have the South-South, Southeast, Southwest, Northwest, Northeast, and North Central. Now, let's assume the South-South did not join, and only Southeast, did it. You need about, I think, 25% of the votes from all the regions, each of the regions, to be the president of Nigeria.
That's right.
So I've not really seen people talking about this. I'm still waiting for constitutional lawyers to actually talk about it. Because if the constitution says you need 25% votes from each of the regions to be the president, it means that if one region refuses to participate, then there is constitutional crisis. Then you cannot be president.
That's right.
But Bro Rasmus, it happened before during the last election that made the Southeast now to suffer what they are suffering today. Southeast gave them 5%.
Is it this Buhari regime?
I don't want to call his name.
That was 5%. It was 5%. Was it 5%?
Yeah, he said he would not, because he used an analogy when they asked him. I think a foreign journalist asked him.
He just used that analogy. He just used that analogy.
That was his personal analogy. That was not the fact.
Okay.
He's just using it in form of like hyperbole to say you gave me less votes. You understand? That was how he used it. Because remember,
was it up to 25%?
I believe it was. I believe it was.
It was. He got 25%. Okay. He got 25%. He got it.
Okay.
So, my sister,
you forgot that Hope was there working for him. Even Obiano was working for him. Dave Umahi was working for him secretly.
This is the other one, the Ashawo politician, the one in is it Ebonyi? The one Umahi. Umahi.
They all work to give him that 25% in Southeast.
Okay. So now that is for that. So constitutional lawyers need to bring out the constitution and explain, because the reason why they are not discussing it now is because they don't believe we are serious. Because of what happened in the state election. Yeah. They don't believe we are serious. By the time they know that Biafrans are serious, you will see them coming on channels to analyze the implication. Now, let's assume that he's able to dodge it and say, okay, even without one region, you can be president. The implication of Southeast stopping the election is automatically breakaway. I want you to understand that. So, and this is also an information for our people to start preparing, because that's automatic breakaway. So what is going to happen is that it's going to trigger military deployment to Biafra land.
Exactly, yeah.
Because it's a breakaway region. It means that there will be no senator, no house member, no governor from Eastern region.
Yes, you're right.
The confidence
they will go and commit suicide.
So the confidence I want to give you is this: we are not going to be.
There will be total, state of emergency once that happens. Then they will come in. Yes.
So the good news from what I'm saying, we are not going to be alone. Just wait between now and November. You will see what will happen.
We won't be alone. A lot of things will unfold.
My happiness is this. There is something Maz Simon Ekpa is doing that, that is really I am impressed about. You see the meetings, several meetings he's having over there where he is. Baba, we must not joke about them. We must put him in prayers, just like the way we are putting Nnamdi Kanu, ESN, and all our brothers and sisters in Biafra land in prayers. We must put this guy in prayers so that God will use him. He is doing the work. This one not be said the one way he say he only be talk na do. He dey talk, he dey show. He say he dey talk, he dey show. So we have to help him, at least put him in prayers. If we have anything, one other thing I will say here is this: I asked on Biafra TV 247, my brother there, one other great guy over there. What is the approved account number for donations? Is there any? Have you people gotten the approved? Is it a Umuneri account or which one is really working?
I think True Survivor is in a position to answer that question.
In the case of the donations, the donation is being made through the same channel that has been made before, through that very website. The website is still functioning very, very accurate. Any donation you make through that website is going to the right source.
Because since the time when this hanky-panky thing and misunderstanding came in, the people took this, the people took that. But I have not been able. I'm not abreast with what is going on, but I've seen fundraisers going on. But the particular account, Brother Chooks, whatever that will be after this, I urge you to send me. I think you have my number, right?
So
no,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. For the
my sister has my sister has the number.
No, I don't have his number.
Okay, I will put it in the private chat.
Okay.
So, for the interest of people watching, this question you ask now, I just watched a program before by one broadcaster. He invited Raphael Ajere to come and attack Mazi Samuel Ekpa. And in that program, they asked this question that you asked now. And now let me tell you, from what I know so far, before Nelly fell out, they were no longer using Umweri accounts. I don't know what happened to the accounts. Because that was when they said, use the websites, don't use the accounts. And you understand the situation of fundraising right now. DOS, DOS that. And I don't know if you did not listen to the program held by Umwanda, where they explained that they have opened a new account for the websites. It's no longer Umweri accounts.
Yeah, the one I listened was the time when they were doing the expose concerning that the woman where they go nude. I don't want to call that.
No, not that one.
Okay, that was the one I listened to, but the other ones when they were talking about it, I didn't listen to that one.
Yeah, maybe you should go and listen to that program.
Yeah, there was another one. They heard another one. There was another one they heard. They heard another one where they explained openly about the account issue. That is why we no longer talk about the issue of account, because it has been settled once and for all. They explained it very well, elaborately on that very place. The most important thing you have to tell people is make sure they make their donation through that very website. The website is still in the hand of the right source, and whatever money that goes through that website is going to the right account. Issue of the account or whatever, a lot of things have transpired and it has been corrected. No money that is going through that very go there anymore.
There's one important question somebody asked here. I want you people to throw more light. Augustine Mado. He asks, if we break away with that referendum, who would Biafra be recognized internationally? Mr. Ramos, I think you can throw more light.
Is it how we Biafra be recognized?
Yes, internationally.
But that's exactly what is going on right now.
Because you said that if we don't conduct election in Biafra land, that is automatic breakup. Now his question says that we can only be recognized when a referendum is being conducted. People are given opportunity to choose where they want to belong. Now in this case of no election, so we have according to what you said, that is it's automatic separation. His question is now, how can Biafra, or who will Biafra be recognized internationally?
Yeah, my answer to that person is going to be questions. Was referendum conducted between South Sudan and Sudan? When USSR splits, was there a referendum conducted? So the answer is that it's not only referendum that gives you this. Referendum is a peaceful way to separate.
Even Afghanistan that they're recognizing, even the European countries, most of the Western world are recognizing Afghanistan. Did they conduct a referendum?
So even in the backyard of Nigeria, there, Somalia, say they have Madagascar and the Somaliland.
Yeah.
Maxwell is.
So did they conduct a referendum before they leave? You see, these are some of the things we need. The reason why we are here is for most of us that have the knowledge to, impact this knowledge and be ready to accommodate their questions and tell them what they're supposed to know. Yes.
Referendum is just one of the ways. It's one of the ways, not the only way.
There are two ways. It is true by by insurrection you get your freedom, or by the peaceful way which is recognized in the world by the United Nations. That's true referendum. But in Nigeria, do you have any clause in your constitution that said that there must be referendum? They did it before, but do you know the reason why they removed it? Well, with this one now will take us back to late Nnamdi Azikiwe, when they were telling him Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always say, they were telling him that Zik who's at the about or no if you see the Kwebo Tirani now. The Kwebo Tirani. Abu Neti referendum clause that time. Otu Awolowo de Shagwa at that time. And then cause of one Kedahaya. This other man, is it Kerin Kano Midwest? Is it Enahoro or who? Where at that time? Or if you know because of that, oh my con no ma akwụkwọ ebe ka ọ gara school. Bụkwa the same thing na-eme now. So one night nwoke jụrụ ajụjụ a. O nwere ụzọ abụọ. There are two ways you can get your freedom as a state, as a sovereign state. One is by insurrection, and the other one is by a referendum. That is it. So I don't think if there is any other one apart from these two. These are the major ones.
Just to add something to what you said, my brother that asked the question, Nigeria as it is structured right now, Nigeria that refused to restructure Nigeria, they are not going to give you referendum because it's not part of the constitution.
Yes.
The only thing that may trigger the referendum is even that crisis, maybe we're stopping the election. And maybe there is crisis. The international community will come and say, okay, let's settle this amicably. Why don't you people do, referendum? You understand?
Yeah.
And then maybe they will expedite the process. And internationally, they will conduct it. You understand? Just to avoid bloodshed. That's the only way.
Yeah.
But if you don't do anything, nothing is going to change.
Yes, exactly. Because they cannot. They will not allow.
Yeah, and to add to what you are saying in answer to his question also, he was talking about the recognition. When you are being told that we're going to break away, once we break away, so many countries are going to recognize us. It's about interest. There are so many countries that are interested in Biafra land, and they cannot come out now and speak up now. Just like what you see Abra Samanekwa doing in Finland. Once we break away, so many countries will come out boldly to begin to recognize us. You saw what happened in Afghanistan. When Afghanistan finally break away, countries begin to recognize them on their own. Countries begin to come out on their own to recognize them.
Look, you see, Brachuk, the first regional. Yeah, the first regional, power that will recognize you is ECOWAS. Will Biafra come today, ECOWAS will be the first to recognize Biafra. I'm telling you the truth. They will be the first to call Biafra to come in. I'm telling you the truth. Before you go to AU crumple, AU will be rubber stamp like a Nigerian Senate.
Every one of them will come on board. Everyone of them will come on board. So it's not a problem. If we succeed in breaking away, that is a very good achievement, and we are going to be recognized worldwide.
Do you know what hurt me the most? What hurt me the most is that I've been trying to make research. There is no ordinary one person, Eastern politicians, that is supporting this Biafra agitation. At times, I wish that Governor Otton should be deployed to the southeast.
Oh, my sister.
Honestly, I wish they can just dash us that man. Bring at least 3 people that can be speaking to us. Oh, yesterday,
even half of him, not even complete of him. Give us half of him, half of him, as the governor.
I listened to his interview when he was interviewed by Arise TV. So what did the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu do? What did he do? You went and rounded him up in far away Kenya, but you cannot round up the people that are here carrying, my brother. See, let me tell you one thing. If we were sleeping before, we should wake up. And our people in Biafra land should wake up, because what we are fighting is so huge.
Have any of the Eastern politicians
they will not
speak out like that man? At least say Nnamdi Kanu is our son. I didn't even ask them to say release him.
Sister Linda, whichever be,
Nnamdi Kanu is our son, let alone saying that they are afraid because
Sister Linda, listen. You see, they cannot, because they have dined with the devil. Their case file is in their hand like this. Let them make noise, then you will see what will happen. Let them just make noise. You see what will happen.
Like Governor Week and a happy injection.
You see, he won't talk again. You see, the day they once you make him shim mama moleja boy. He may shim.
Please, before we continue, there's something somebody is writing there.
Yeah, about the account. Please, anything regarding to account, you can go to Simon Ekpa's platform. I think that is the best place.
Let me make correction. There's one thing somebody is right, and the person say that he or she is paying directly to Umwe the account. Please, you should go and stop that. If you are paying directly, no. Every payment has to be through the website. If you are not paying through the website, you are going to the wrong direction. Do not pay any money directly. If you are paying directly to Umwe the account, no. You are throwing your money away. You are throwing it to the wrong side. Every payment has to go through the website. No payment direct. You don't make any payment direct. Don't make any payment direct. If you have configured your account to pay directly, please remove it. Contact someone or member of contact anybody, everyone among the contact them. Please, if you are watching and you know that you connected your account directly to Umwe account, no, go through the website. Or more, contact the Umuada, any member of the Umuada or Master Manepa, contact him for the corrections. But don't make any payment directly to Umwe account.
So we are coming to the ending of this program. Mr. Truck Survivor, there is something you said before, and I want you to clarify now. And towards the beginning of the program, you were talking about 2-week sit at home, which is good. But my question to you or the organizers of this program is this: have any provision been made for people down there? You understand what I'm saying? Nigeria is no go area. Nigeria is very, very expensive. Even the rich, they can hardly afford 3 square meal. 2 self, let alone 3. So is there any provisions? You understand what I mean? For the poorest people, because like I always say, there are some people that they can't eat without going outside to hustle, say pure water. I know you will tell me now that they are doing it for their sacrifice, but you need to put yourself in the position of these people. Is there any provision of food, at least something that they are going to eat? A lot of people are jobless in Biafra land. Now, let me not be using that word Nigeria. A lot of people are suffering. Is there a way to assist these people, at least so that when you are telling them to sit at home, they will know that they have something to eat? These people might have little children who do not even understand what we are fighting for. So, is there any provision? Is there any organization so that people will know where to help? If there is people that can help to provide food or anything for these people within these 2 days, if you give them food and tell them to sit, they will sit. But as ebe a na-akwa ozu ibute rice, just like when they are doing a burial, there is no rice, there is no drink. You will not see anybody there. They will just come and say, oh, bye bye. But when they come and see rice and see drink, everybody will be crying. They will even cry more than you. So, is there any provision for this kind of people?
Thank you, my sister. You see, in this struggle for Biafra and struggle for freedom, it is not good that we begin to make excuses. We don't have to be making excuses. If anybody comes online to tell you that things are easy, that person is lying. If anybody comes and tells you that things are okay with him or her, the person is lying. But in this very struggle, we don't have to leave any stone unturned. Every one of us, we are here. When people were forced to sit at home because of their so-called fake COVID that lasted for 1 good month.
That one is different. That one is different. That one, they don't have option. But in this kind, I think people will have option.
My sister, if they have option for COVID, they must have option for their own freedom. Freedom is something that is for a lifetime. It is not for a period of time. It's for their lifetime. If they were able to have a solution for that very one, that doesn't even have anything to do with their own life. This one that has to do with our life, we have to do it. But the only thing we have to encourage our fellow Biafrans, if you are a Biafran, we have to learn the habit of sharing with one another. Everybody have to add that attitude of share with your. That was how we survived the Civil War. Biafra fought the Civil War for 3 good years with nothing. 3 good years, they have nothing. There was no weapon. Nobody was making any supply. They fought 3 years. How we survived it was because we were supporting each other. Biafrans, we are standing with one another, supporting each other. We have to activate that.
How would they support? How would they support?
Is what we have to be able to be introducing now. If you know any kind of effort, any kind of help you can give your neighbor, give to your neighbor. Share the little you have with your neighbor. And that is why the announcement started on time. The announcement started on time. People begin to prepare themselves. This is a lifetime. It's a lifetime event. It's not something that is going to last for 1 or 2. It's not something that is just by the roadside. It's something that has to do with your life, with your own unborn children, your freedom.
There is something somebody wrote here now that make me laugh. He said the problem with giving food to people for sit at home is that they will use it as a ransom. No food, no.
Of course. That is why we don't exalt that. That is why we don't preach about it. You don't exalt it. You don't exalt the issue of, say, maybe some people will say go and raise fund and give them. Some will say contribute food. You don't do that. If you do that, you know what black people are. If you do that, you end up demoralizing them. It's just like this when you see them buy. It will be like buying vote. When you see buying vote, it will be like buying a vote. When you go, you give person 500 naira. He will leave person you want to vote for and go and vote for that person. That is what it will be. Let it be an encouragement for everybody. Let us learn to share with one another. Everybody should learn to share with his brother. If you have enough, the little you have, share with your neighbor. If you see someone who is in need, you share with the person. But the issue of saying that maybe you're going to stop it or you're going to do this or that one will not arise. Let us not exhaust that very message. We can't exhaust it. What matters is our freedom. It's a question of life and death. This is something that has to do with our life. It is not a sideways something.
I want you to explain this thing very well because it seems you don't understand the angle I'm coming from. I will give you opportunity. Let me finish. Allow me. I lived in Nigeria. I know how people suffer. I'm not speaking for people who can provide food for themselves. I'm talking about the poorest of the poor. The poorest of the poor. How would these people survive? That is my question.
My sister, this your question is a good question, but we don't exhaust such kind of. There is no way you can preach that message of maybe poorest of the poor. Poorest of the poor have no, or they have always been there, and it doesn't matter the provision you make the poorest of the poor, they will always be there. It's just like when somebody went and donated an expensive cream to be rubbed in the feet of Christ, and they say, why is he donating it? Judas begins to say, why do you donate that kind of a thing? Why don't you use it and sell the money? Why don't you sell it, bring the money and share to people? It's just like the same message. When you are talking about the poor of the poor, they will always be there. The only thing we can do is that every Biafran should put their hand on the deck to support their neighbor. On Ruben one now and also, whatever you have, you can support the neighbor, support them. If you begin to preach the message of maybe how to raise funds and talk about the poorest of the poor are always there, and the poverty will always be there. The only way for them to get out of that poverty is a one-way road for us to get our freedom. When we get our freedom, everybody will be liberated. We will put those poorest of the poor, we'll put them under salary. The poorest of the poor will have hospitals taking care of them. They will even have a food bank. In that zoological republic, that you cannot put any food bank anywhere. You can't put any food bank. Put any food bank anywhere. Even donate that money, send it now. One person will embezzle it. Even in our own Biafra, there are people who still have that zoological mentality in their head. Once you introduce the issue of maybe giving money now, begin to submit or begin to contribute money, before you know it will become a business. And when it becomes a business, you have destroyed everything. It will be like vote buying. It will just be like vote buying. Nobody, some people will say, we are not sitting at home. Why we cannot sit at home? Because in our side, they didn't send money to us. In our side, nobody brought money to us. In our area, nobody brought money to us. Or the money they gave us more money. We don't have to exalt that. Let it be in a way that everybody has to support you. If you see your neighbor that is in need, support. And that is why the announcement started on time. It started on time. If you know how you're going to do to sustain yourself for that very short period of time, it's a lifetime event. A lifetime event. Do it once and for all, and everybody will be free.
Okay,
Mr. Maxwell. There is no any language you can use to paint it. There's no way we can be able to preach it or paint it that will make it look different. If you begin to exalt the issue of maybe the poorest of the poor, help them, and when you begin to exalt that, at the end of the day, you find out that we will not achieve anything.
Mr. Maxwell, do you have anything to choose? I just asked this question so that people will listen, and especially people who are concerned, they will listen and find out the way they can manage within this period of time. Mr. Maxwell, please.
Thank you, my sister. I for the first time I would disagree with my brother Chooks. They say 1 week full sit at home is going to be a very serious problem for our people. You see, for me, I approve and I support that's 1 day sit at home, and look at the impact that 1 day is doing. Even if you go back to a Delta state, I think last month or so, Governor Kowa was weeping on the television, begging IPOB and the support agitators to stop the sit at home. The impact is heavy. 1 is okay for me, because I will not even support for arms to be given to people, because by the time, is it not, if you begin to give people arms to do these social things, support them, then it become a sharing formula like the way they share in the Zoological Republic headquarters in Abuja. Every month you go there, you sit down, you go and share. Every time you go there, you go and share. How long are you going to share? But for this one time, that Monday sit at home, for me, is what I am going to support. And to give them money to go, no, I will not do that, because it is your liberty that you are fighting for. It is your freedom that you are fighting for. What are you going to bequeath to your generation that are coming before you? Are you going to give them a situation where some people will come and change the demography of your space, your ancestral home? Is that what you are going to give to your children? No. Will you hand over your area the same way now that they are fighting in southern Kaduna? They are debating now who owns the land. You know, settlers are coming there to tell you who owns the land and who are the indigents. You see, is that what you are going to do? So what stops you from just this one day? Even the one day cry, the way we say it in Ghana here, one day cry, they ask them to do. Some of them are not doing it. Is it the 5 days that they are going to do? No, they will not. You see, it is going to be a very serious burden on our people at home. I feel for them. I can tell you how many calls that I've been receiving from friends from there. You know, we say Nigeria is rich, a giant of Africa, very rich, and so on and so forth. But you see what is going on in that place is unbearable. It's pathetic what is going in there. So for me, Sister Linda and Brother Chooks, and all our listeners, I am a supporter of that Monday sit at home. It is, if we do it effectively, my brother, you will see them weeping, you will see them crying. Then when the time comes, then we now add the election day to it. That's my own point, sir.
Yeah, the 2 weeks sit at home we are talking is not that the only sit at home that is upholding now that people are holding that the Monday sit at home is not contestable. Nobody is contesting Monday sit at home. But we are talking about the election. During election time, once they announce the election,
or any day they will do rally. I think these are the
any day there is a rally. When there's a mega rally, any day there's a mega rally, that day is a total lockdown in Biafra land because Biafrans will not go and risk their life.
Of course, if I happen to be there during election day, I don't go out. I cannot take my life because even if you say you are going to go and vote, they will still kill you. So
of course,
of going out.
There are dogs, there are DSS, there are police, there are soldiers, there are National Defense Corps, whatever NCN, DC they call them. All of them will be out there. If any little thing they will kill. Any little thing they kill. So for me, one
of the major reasons for the sit at home during that election period is that security issue. Yeah. Because our people will be exposed to danger. Within that 2 weeks that the election is going to last, people should stay at their home. Manage. It's better to be alive than for you to go and say you want to go and look for something to eat and you die.
Do you know why it looks like Nnamdi election went peacefully, that nobody was shocked or they didn't attack anybody? Is because Biafra shake them. Biafra shake them. That was why everything looked cool. But this time around, that there is this heavy tension on them now, and that day you happen, they will leave you go and vote. As you are coming back, they will take your life. So my advice to our viewers or Chuk Survivor, you always do live. I will advise even my brother then Maxwell or you that is watching this program. I want you people to be educating the layman, because these are the people that you need to tell the importance of sitting at home. You need to tell them why they need to sit at home. You cannot just tell them to sit at home. You need to tell them that we are fighting for Biafra, that if Biafra comes, their life will be better. They will be employed. They will have constant electricity. They will have good healthcare system. They will be employed. Their children will be great. So you need to be telling them, convince them, tell them the reason why they are sitting at home, that you are not forcing them, that you are not punishing them, that you are doing it for their future and for their for our betterment. So when you tell, I mean the layman outside there, because a lot of people do not understand. It's just like a market woman who is selling tomatoes. You tell her not to go and sell tomatoes. She will ask you why. Will you give beef? But you need to tell them that this thing is just for a moment and is for their own betterment. So preach this gospel. Those people that are watching from Nigeria, Biafra land, please, it is your time to pass this information across. So we are coming to the ending of this program. I will give everybody one minute to speak, then we'll call it a day. I'm exhausted already.
You tried today. You tried a lot. Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans. I appreciate everybody who have joined us from the beginning of the broadcast up to this time. I say, may Chukwu Okabe my guide and protect you. Any place you are watching from, please continue to share the information, share the video, support the channel the best way you can. When you are sharing and supporting the channel, you are also preaching Biafra. You are also playing your own role. Every one of us must not be a broadcaster. Every one of us must not come out and speak. Some of us have to be working on the background. Do the little best you can. And as the Biafra is coming, I tell you, it is really coming. If you cannot smell Biafra, begin to smell it. If you can't eat Biafra, begin to eat it. If you can't breathe Biafra, begin to breathe it. And if you are not yet breathing it, it means you are not on the right path. Anybody that is really a true Biafra, that had the blood of Biafra flowing in his or her vein, now you must have been breathing Biafra in you. It is going to come. 2023 is going to mark our referendum. We are going home. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, stand your ground. There will be no election in Biafra land. None. We only have to conduct our referendum and go home. And it must surely happen. May Chukwu be my guide and protect everybody that have watched this very broadcast and those who have shared. And may Chukwu be my guide and protect our school Nnamdi Kanu and secure him and bring him back to us very soon. Thank you and see you again next week, Saturday. Join me on my program if you have time anytime you have time by 7:30 Biafran time, you can join me. I appreciate every one of you and remember blessed.
Mr. Maxwell, are you there? Can you say your closing speech?
The only thing I will say is that may God bless all Biafrans. May God bless you. Bless you, Sister Linda first. Bless my brother Chuk and all the people that contributed in one way or the other today. God bless all our listeners wherever they are. Anytime, please don't hesitate to thumbs up and share this program so that more people, the same way you were brought in, so that more people will be coming in here to listen and receive some instructions and educative informations concerning our freedom and the agitation. I congratulate all Biafrans, those especially those in the Nigerian space, and Nnamdi Kanu, ESN, Autopilot, Simon Ekpa. May God protect them and guide them, and let no evil befall them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will see ourselves again next week, Saturday. Thank you for your active participation in this program. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
My great people of Biafra, I want to appreciate everyone who tuned into this program. Please share this program. Leave your comments, like. The only way you can help is to share this program. And every Saturday, this is an interaction section. And if you want to know more about the account, please always, or a latest information about what is happening, please always watch Simon Ekpa's program. Always go there whenever he's doing live. He always pass good information. That is the only place you can get original information. Like, I don't want to come here to give fake accounts. I don't know the real account. The Omada have announced it. They said they are going to make the account name known. For now, I don't know. Please always watch Simon Ekpa's live program. And by the special grace of God, next week we will continue. And I want you to also continue to pray for our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. If there is anything you can do, like he always say, if there is anything you can do to bring Biafra, please do it on your own. I can remember in one of his videos, he says Simon Ekpa is bringing, or is going to bring, a new dimension to Biafra agitation. Now it is happening, as if Nnamdi Kanu know what is going to happen. So the same thing, like you people sitting there, if there's anything you can do to bring Biafra, to move this agitation forward, if it is by sharing video, if it is by educating people, regardless of anywhere you are, please do it, and God will bless you, and we will achieve our freedom and go home. If you people don't want to go home, I am ready. I am prepared. If Biafra comes today, I will be among the first people to pack my bag and go, because there is nothing like your home. No matter what you may think that you are benefiting anywhere you are, there is nothing, there is no place like home. So in this case, I will say thank you so much until we meet again. Bye-bye.